We gather today in gratitude for the life and legacy of Richard "Rick" Cepella, an artist, a teacher, and a cherished friend whose presence touched everyone fortunate enough to know him. Rick left us on his 70th birthday, surrounded by family, leaving behind a lifetime of creativity, curiosity, laughter, and connection. Born in Toronto, Rick grew up with a natural gift for athletics, public speaking, and the arts. But it was painting, the lifelong companion he once described as engaging the mind and body, that shaped his days and gave voice to his remarkable way of seeing the world. Rick's paintings were expressive reactions to the wild landscapes he loved. Decades of outdoor adventures, years of biological survey work, and countless hours in the mountains, forests, and backcountry brought an authenticity to his art that could only come from lived experience. He was also a dedicated instructor who taught thousands of students over more than 35 years. His generosity, intelligence, and encouragement left an immeasurable mark on young artists across British Columbia. And he was a celebrated cartoon and illustrator whose sharp wit earned national and international acclaim. His work appeared in major Canadian newspapers and magazines and is preserved in the permanent collection of the National Archives of Canada. Rick's friends and colleagues remember another dimension of him as well, his humor. He could be a trickster, cheeky and wonderfully juvenile in his jokes and the nicknames he gave to those closest to him. Beneath his quiet exterior, he carried a mischievous spark that made people feel a sense of belonging and playfulness in his presence. But Rick also lived with a profound and largely hidden burden, more than 30 years of Lyme disease. It was a challenge of both body and spirit, compounded by the struggle of navigating a medical system that often didn't take his condition seriously. And yet, he carried this with extraordinary privacy and stoicism. Unless you knew him well, you likely never knew at all. He did not complain. He did not allow the illness to define him. And he never stopped painting. Even in the summer of 2024, he wrote, "Yeah, the painting is such a pleasant companion. Though I only chip away at it in bits, still it engages the mind and body." His resilience, like his art, was quietly profound. In his final months, Rick expressed a wish to have a local retrospective show. After his passing, his friends devoted themselves to honoring that wish. They entered his small apartment overflowing with artworks, paintings often on stretcher bars, rolls of canvases tucked everywhere, stacks of sketchbooks filled with notes, observation, and admonitions to other artists. Think. Focus. They photographed and cataloged more than 700 works. Then came the careful process of selecting bits for the exhibition, a task filled with both challenge and joy, as each painting revealed another facet of Rick's life, his spirit, and his devotion to his craft. His influences were many, including Canadian painter Gordon Smith, who personally praised Rick's work, and his friend David Alexander. But Rick's voice was unmistakably his own. Bold, searching, sensitive, and deeply connected to the land. Rick Cepella leaves a legacy of extraordinary breadth. His paintings, his cartoons, his writings, and the memories of a man whose curiosity, humor, and courage inspired everyone around him. Through his work, we continue to see the world as he saw it, vibrant, alive, and full of wonder. And in that way, Rick remains with us, in color, in line, in laughter, and in spirit.